Good afternoon, all, and thank you, Mr. Williams, for your chairmanship of this program. The work of the NEOC continues as we still do our best to establish behaviors in this pandemic. I want to speak to the data and the calls. Because of recent, we have seen an increase of fire calls, in particular, the burning of cane fields, or what we call wildfires. I want to again appeal to our senses, our civic senses, and ask those who are causing these fires to cease and desist from doing so. These fires are a hazard to persons that may suffer from wheezing or asthma or sinuses. And they're also detrimental to the nearby properties that they can destroy. Let us be, again, civic-minded citizens. I appealed to you yesterday, and I will continue to appeal every day. The Compliance Task Force continues their work with the assessment of 54 business places, and today they focus on the ferries, where they assessed 3 ferries. The assessment has revealed a high degree of compliance, and in some instances, the compliance is up to 100%. And if we look at the statistics going forward, the statistics shows, next slide please. Next. Right, the statistics shows there that in most of the particulars, 100% compliance was found at these business places. And when we look at the particulars for the liquor shop establishments, I think they have gotten the message. The personal hygiene, we can see that it's almost 100%, so we have to encourage our business places and enterprises and public transport to continue doing their good work. When we look at the traffic at our international airport, both at the Vance Amory International Airport and the RLB International Airport on St. Kitts, we see that in St. Kitts we had a total of 3 cargo planes, and we had 1 air ambulance that would have departed. At the Vance Amory International Airport for the 26th of May, there was no flight. However, from the period of the 22nd to the 25th of May, there were a total of 12 passengers leaving that airport. Total to date, since our borders were closed, they have had a total of 131 passengers repatriated from the island of Nevis. Today, the task force, along with other stakeholders, would engage with a number of meetings. And the first meeting, where Dr. Lars and myself would have engaged the Ministry of Tourism, looking at the phases of approach for reopening of the tourism sector. That discussion went very well. We look at the various phases, what is contained in the various phases, and we were able to advise on a number of measures that will be needed in order for us to reach that state of reopening. The tourism, they were very receptive and welcoming, and they realized that we have a lot of work to do in order to reach that stage. Today also, the civil society and the political parties were brought together in conjunction with the Police High Command and members of the National Task Force on COVID-19. We were able to discuss the civil society, look at the code of conduct, for the upcoming elections. We have seen on social media some of the behaviors that has been going around, and the last thing we want is all the gains that we have made in this society, in St. Kitts and Nevis, the sacrifice that you, our citizens, have made for the past 6 weeks thereabout to see all of that go up in the air and dissipate like it never existed. I don't think that is what we want. I think what we want is for us to be able to continue to make gains. Let us continue with the hurricane preparedness tips. We are fast approaching the start of the hurricane season. Bearing in mind we already had Tropical Storm Arthur. What is important for you to know when it comes to emergency shelter? Again, know the location of the nearest shelter to your home. Know the amenities within the shelter. If you know the amenities within the shelter, you will prepare yourself much better so that you can be a little comfortable. You know, it's not a five-star nor a one-star hotel. It's a shelter. Okay, so don't expect room service. You should expect a cot, a sleeping bag, and a shared space. However, bear in mind that we are within a pandemic, so the protocols are going to be different. There's going to require more spacing. There's going to require a number of actions out of the normal situation that persons experience. What to take to the shelter? Here it is, you get information that you need to go to the shelter. Here are some basic examples of what you need to take to the shelter. Food, water, your medication, clothing. Mobile phone, make sure your mobile phone is topped up with minutes and that you have data so that you can stay communicated. And other essential items. There are no pets allowed at the shelters. Again, let me repeat, there are no pets allowed at shelters. So you will need to make arrangements for your pets somewhere else. While I'm happy to hear and see the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Hilroy Brandy, come out and make an appeal to you, our civic-minded citizens. I want to again reiterate and remind you of what is your civil responsibility. One of the things I want us to do as a nation that depends on tourism, and knowing that the global competition that is going to be increased or heightened due to the impact of the pandemic, is that we need to protect our brand. And what is our brand? We are our brand. We the people are the brand. Our natural resources are our brand. Hence, I want to end with this quote by Mahatma Gandhi. Peace will not come out of a clash of arms, but out of justice lived and done by unarmed nations in the face of odds. We are facing the odds. Arms will not help us, but justice will. So please, again, let me appeal to you for civility, humility, and humbleness as we go through this period of a general election during a pandemic. It's going to be something that will go down in the history books as one of the nations to conduct such activity during the pandemic. I think Suriname is going through the process, and I think we should take a page out of our friends in the CARICOM region, such as Suriname, as to the code of conduct and behavior during such a time. Again, please do your best to keep safe during this time of a pandemic and a general election. Thank you.